So in Singapore, we call it LTA, right? In Malaysia, they call it JPJ. So when you took the JPJ driving exam, she has to recite certain things.
So there were a lot of angmos around in my class.
Don't call them angmos. They get offended if they watch this video. It's a derogatory term, right? You don't want to incite hate, right? Later you get haters.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we are just beside each other, just help each other. Like, we are neighbors, right? Just license the technology to Malaysia, and hopefully Malaysia can use the same technology. In Malaysia, 80 to 90% of the people will give way. Okay. In Singapore, only 10 to 20% of the people will give way. That's with my personal experience. They just hog the road, they don't care. They just feel that they are the king of the road or something, they're entitled.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Red Dot Reset. My name is Catherine.
And I'm Jim.
So everyone says that Malaysia and Singapore, they are sama-sama, meaning same. But after living here in Malaysia for a few months, realized that they are very different. In this video, we are sharing 13 things that genuinely shock us as Singaporeans living in Malaysia. Number 1, the driving exam here in Malaysia.
Okay, so I didn't take the driving exam. You took your driving exam in Malaysia. I took my driving exam in Singapore. And then when she shared with me some of the things that she has to recite during the final traffic police test exam.
Okay, let me clarify on that. Okay. So there are two parts of the exam. There is a theory one, and then there is a practical, which is the final exam. I'm not so sure if Singapore is like that. So,
it is.
Really?
So we have basic theory test, and then final theory test, and then finally the practical driving test.
Oh, I know already. Singapore has the evaluation test first. But over here is they just straight away go for your theory test. Because I did mine before when we were living in Medan. So I have to fly back to Singapore to go and take the evaluation test in Singapore. And then after that, of course, I didn't pass.
And then she gave up also. Because she felt that it was too inconvenient for her to keep flying back and forth from Medan to Singapore. And then we decided, heck, why not just take the driving test either in Indonesia or in Malaysia?
But the thing is that we didn't take in Indonesia is because they don't provide English version. So I took it in Malaysia because they provide English lessons for foreigners. In Singapore, right, we can take our theory classes online. But in Malaysia, we have to be physically for the entire day. It started at 9 and then it ended at around 4 p.m. So the entire day we were seated in a class, and then there will be this instructor. He will just go through everything that will be tested in the theory test. And then there's this interesting thing that he said is that if any one of you get 50 out of 50 for your theory test, they will give us cash, 50 ringgit cash. I really wanted the 50 ringgit. So eventually I really got a 50 ringgit. After the theory, right, then we have passed already. Then we have to go through 4 to 5 lessons. I went through 5. I think technically you have to only go through 4. But because I kiasu.
So each lesson is how many hours?
It's around 4 hours.
Each lesson 4 hours.
Yeah, it's quite
Singapore,
strong.
We have to probably only take 1 hour per lesson. Yeah. And then the instructor has the next student already.
Which is very effective, I feel.
Yeah, like, I was a private candidate, so I cannot comment from the side of a school candidate.
After that, I took my exam. They call it practical exam. So at the start of the exam, you have to run through the engine checks. When I told Jim and I told my siblings about it, they were all quite shocked. They was like, why do you have to go through the engine checks? They give us a script to memorize and go through all the vehicle parts. So I'll start off with my name is Catherine Wong and my passport number is da-da-da-da, and my learner's license will expire on 25th of December 2025. Starting with this car, the road tax expires on 18th of October 2025. So the window is not cracked, the front windscreen is not cracked, they are in good condition. The front left and right wipers, the rubber are soft, they are in good condition. The front bumper,
we get the point already.
Yeah. So I just go through one whole round and I have to do all the engine checks. So I know what is like the belt, the engine oil, the battery. I even took out the oil stick. Yeah, so I know all these things.
I think it's a good thing that they are trying to teach new drivers the correct way to drive a car, which is you have to inspect the car before you move off. But I think generally we don't really implement it as, drivers, seasoned drivers that really get on their vehicle. Do you think we will do one thorough check around the vehicle first, go and take the engine dipstick down there, dip ready, see whether got oil first or not? I think quite impractical, but I mean, it's a good practice so that you at least know the basics. So I think it's a good thing. But in Singapore, when you take the driving test, they don't let you recite all these things, which I guess they should add to the syllabus. Whether ICE car or EV or hybrid or what, they should still teach. I think it's a good thing to learn.
Shocking number 2 is the toll stations versus the ERP. Jim, tell us more.
Okay, so I think in Singapore, you just go through the ERP gantry. But over here, they have their My RFID, Smart Tag, and Touch and Go gantries. So they are split into different lanes, and you have to pick the correct lane to go into. So for instance, our vehicle, we use the My RFID tag. Then you cannot enter the Smart Tag lanes, and you also cannot enter the Touch and Go lanes. Otherwise, you are not allowed to pay with that mode that you want to use. There was one, viral video that went viral because the driver actually forgot to set the vehicle to park. And then he tried to exit the vehicle to tap his Touch and Go card. And then the vehicle just drove forward. And then it knocked into the gantry, and then the video stopped after that. So I think there's all these safety issues. And I think it would be good if they can kind of buy the same technology that Singapore uses, or Singapore can license it to Malaysia or something. I mean, we're just beside each other.
No, I think they are doing it already, but they're testing out in different states first.
Okay,
maybe they're testing in Johor first. I don't know. One thing that I find it interesting about the toll is that every single time after we have passed through the payment, like the gantry, then it kind of feels like Super Mario. So every single time I'll just hum the because everyone will start to zoom forward to try to drive forward. So it's quite funny lah. And number 3, personally, maybe just I feel that the drivers here are friendlier. I'm not so sure, is it because we have the P plate on our car?
No, I think even without the P plate, when I was driving the vehicle, I already felt that people here are more forgiving. They would give way to you more. Like, for instance, if you are driving on the first lane, right, and then you just signal right, the person in front, they will just give way to you, especially if they know that you want to drive slightly faster and they are hogging the lane. But in Singapore, that's not the case. In Singapore, you can drive on the first lane, you try to signal right, to tell the person to, can you please kindly move away so that you can actually drive on the first lane properly. But they won't give way to you. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, very rarely they will give. I would say
that is olden times, is
okay,
it?
in my personal experience, I think 10 to 20% of the time, Singapore registered cars in Singapore will give
what?
Will give way to you to cross when you are traveling on the emergency lane.
Okay.
But in Malaysia, right, I think it's the inverse. It's 80% to 90% of the Malaysia registered vehicles here, they will actually give way to you. That's with my personal experience. So I feel that people here they really understand the concept of road hogging a lot more as opposed to people in Singapore. I don't know. It's just my personal experience.
Maybe it's also because you just came from Medan, and that's why you suddenly feel that, wow, everyone is so...
in fact, even in Medan, right, in Indonesia, in Medan, right, the people there also give way to you. If you're traveling on the emergency lane to try to overtake, or on the first lane, right, they will still give way to you as long as you signal. Yeah, it's just that in the city center, they might be a bit more aggressive. They don't want to give way to you. This is Medan, Indonesia. In Malaysia, I feel that in the city center, they still give way to you. Like, you signal properly, you inch your way through, then they will still give way to you, especially at the toll gantry areas. Yeah, like for example, you go to the Smart Tag lane or you go to the Touch and Go lane, then you want to cut back to the My RFID lane, people give way to you. So I think that's something that I personally feel. Yeah. Whether you all agree or not, comment down below.
So for our next video, we are going to talk about the shocking things that we have experienced in Medan, Indonesia versus in Singapore. So keep a lookout for our next episode on that. Number 4, which is the 2 hours rule. That's why it's okay to be late. Every single time, right, when we jio out, or rather I jio my cousins that, hey, let's hang out. And then they're always late, saying things like, oh, I can't find parking, there's jam. Then I'm like, if you know there's jam, why wouldn't you be earlier by 2 hours? Like, why would you rather be late by 2 hours? So now I kind of know already. If you tell them, let's meet at 10, it means that they will come at 12.
If they have lived here for so long already, right, they should know that it's either you won't be able to find parking or you will require extra time to find parking. But for us as Singaporeans, because we just moved here not that long ago, then we are not very used to this. We're not very accustomed to this. But if they have lived here for many, many years already, then they should know what. Then generally the consensus is they should be able to leave their home earlier or take a Grab there instead of driving over there. Then you don't have to park your car.
Maybe it's that we don't know. Every time when you tell people is we meet at 12, but in actual fact, the real actual meeting is 2. Especially if you visit a mall after 10:30 or 11, it's close to impossible for you to find a car park already. You have to double park other people's car. So for shop walk, we did double park before, but Jim is always in the car just in case someone else
Yes,
go to
I'm
the
very nice. I'm cultured.
What? Anyways, number 5, the malls here are big. They're gigantic. Tell us more.
Malaysia actually has the largest shopping mall in the whole of Southeast Asia. I only found out about that like 1 to 2 months ago. So that mall is called IOI City Mall Putrajaya. I think maybe 4 to 5 times the size of Vivo City. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So you can imagine the space that you have when you actually walk in the mall, and then it's not that dense. The space that you are given in the mall is way bigger. Yeah, so even some of the other malls, like we always go like Sunway, Pyramid,
Mid Valley,
so
Pavilion, Bukit Jalil.
Pavilion, Bukit Jalil. These are some of the malls that we often go to, and we are quite happy that we get that ample amount of space to walk through.
One interesting thing is that during our first month moving here in Malaysia, we rented a car, and then it's an ICE car. We didn't think about putting an air tag inside our car. So we forgot where we parked. We thought that we almost lost the car, and you have to walk from car park to go and find it. I don't know how he managed to do it.
The reason why is because the mall is too big already. We took a photo of the number of where we parked the car already. But then the problem is, even when we try to find a lot, we cannot find a lot because the mall is just too big already. You know, that entire stretch is like one horizontal stretch, right? To walk from one end to the other end, I think it takes you
so
10 to 15 minutes. If you walk wrongly, right, then you have to basically walk to the other end again. That was our first time, I think, that we visited the mall, and then we had difficulty finding where we parked.
Yeah.
But no biggie. In fact, now if you use a electric vehicle, like whether it's BYD or Tesla, it comes with GPS tracking. You can just navigate your way through there directly. That's why I am a fan of electric vehicles, because I think it provides so much more convenience with the app and everything. Even now the EVs are cheaper already. Like you get your Proton EMAS 7.
And they look pretty too. Like,
yeah, they actually look nice. High tech as well. It looks very tacky as well. Yeah.
some people still like ICE car compared to...
That's their personal preference. But anyways, you don't even pay that much for the petrol. Okay, anyways, RON 95. Okay, let's go.
Number 6. I always say that the coldest place in the whole of Malaysia is a shopping mall. It's not Penang because Bingchen, but okay, it's not funny.
Yeah, so most of the malls that we go to, like you mentioned, Bukit Jalil Pavilion, the Sunway
Jalil is
Pyramid,
very cool.
and then IOI City Mall, we feel that somehow the aircon is just lower than Singapore's malls. Like in Singapore's malls, you walk in, you feel like, hey, no problem. You know, you don't need to wear like a jacket or something. But over here, I specifically bought this jacket because I know the malls here are just generally colder.
Yeah, we're not so sure if it's the same in JB or in other parts of the Malaysia. So if you live in JB or Penang, whichever, just comment down below. Does your mall feels equally cool or it's just KL? Number 7. What shocks us is that the price are not always cheaper here in KL.
So we used to think that, hey, everything you can just divide it by 3, right? Because Singapore dollars convert to ringgit. But as you start getting closer and closer to the city center, like maybe, like you mentioned, TRX, maybe KLCC areas, then it will start to become more or less the same as Singapore prices already.
Even yesterday, we went to Sunway Pyramid, a mall. We ate at a Taiwanese outlet or a small restaurant. Then it's almost the same price.
Yeah,
right?
it's about
It's 50
something ringgit. 50 something ringgit is about 17 to 18 Sing dollars.
That's
yeah, so
how much
17 to
per
18
bowl?
Sing dollars, right? I can have Taiwanese cuisine at maybe Wood Square, also at about 17 to 18 Sing, maybe even lesser.
Number 8. The Handyman Trap.
So this was a story whereby Catherine actually went back to Singapore to do some visiting, and then
No, I was here.
okay, 2 different occasions.
Oh,
There was
okay.
so on 2 occasions where we caught the plumber, right, or the handyman, right. The first time the handyman came, okay, they straight away started work without telling us and confirming on the price, and then we only discussed on the price after the work was done. And then he quoted us quite a high price. I think he quoted us like 300 ringgit
300.
for like drilling 3 mirrors or something. And then we were like, what? Why is it so expensive? Like it's just drilling and stuff. And then even after we convert to Sing dollars, we still feel like, wow, like can I con? Yeah. So I think
I think he
that
will
was
do other things, right?
no, and the washing machine. So after we add the washing machine, it's 450 ringgit. He only gave us the final price after the work was done. This was incident number 1. Incident number 2, the toilet bowl got clogged. And then I tried to call the plumber to come down. I initially tried to fix it myself first, but still failed. And then called the plumber come down. Same thing. He only gave me the price after the entire work was done. And I forgot to clarify. And then after the entire job was done, right, then he tell me 250 ringgit. Then I'm like, bro, you never even confirm the price before you start work, yeah. They say, okay lah, never mind lah, then 200 ringgit lor. Then I'm like, okay lor, 200 ringgit lor, whatever. Yeah, so I think also our fault lah. We never go and confirm the price first before letting them begin work. Yeah, but so far, every time we call a handyman in Singapore, it's always the price must talk. Yeah, maybe like we are more price sensitive or what, like must confirm the price first, then you start work.
So they own self automatically tell us the
Yeah,
price.
maybe it's an automatic thing. Like we don't even have to prompt them. Like they will say, 你要修这个是100块啊，是50块啊.
Yeah,
They will tell you first.
correct.
The uncle will usually tell first in Singapore. They will make sure that this is discussed.
Too complacent already. You just think that everything is the same.
Yeah, we just like everything divided by 3. Suka anything lah, never mind lah. But then
What?
end up now we feel like wow, like okay lor. It's just a cultural shock thing.
Yeah. Cultural shock number 9. The tissue box culture here in Malaysia.
Okay, this one is my personal favorite, which is in Malaysia, right? Most of the mamak stores or the shop lot stores or the cafes that you go to, right? They have one mini tissue box down there. You can take as many tissues as you want. But usually in Singapore, if you go to hawker centers, you don't get a tissue box, right? You have to own self put your own tissue box, then you chop the seat. But that's besides the point. You must bring your own tissue box in Singapore. But if you go to the hawker centers here, or the hawker centers equivalent in Malaysia, which are all of those mamak stores, those kind, usually the tissue box is readily available. And I'm very happy about that. Because usually when you eat, you confirm use tissue. So I'm very happy that in Malaysia they have this culture, the tissue box culture, we call it.
Maybe last time Singapore also have. It's just that maybe we are trying to learn from other countries whereby you use lesser tissues. Because it's quite unhygienic to put the tissue inside the bowl, right? There is like a country out there that will fine you if you put the tissue inside the bowl. I don't know if it's Japan or what lah. But maybe Singapore is going through that direction, or maybe for environmental.
Yeah, maybe Singapore is just trying to be environmentally friendly, reduce waste. But in any case, moving on to the next part.
Shocking culture number 10. Hor Ka Sai. I hope that I pronounced that properly.
Hor Ka Sai, which means 虎咬狮, which is 老虎咬狮子. 虎咬狮.
Translate that in English.
Tiger bites lion. So it is a type of drink that is made in, you say originated from Taiping, right?
Yeah. I bet that most Singaporeans don't know what this is. Do you want to bet?
No need to bet.
Don't need to bet.
I'm quite sure. Yeah, I'm quite sure most Singaporeans don't know what this is, because unless you actually come to Malaysia often, right, you won't actually see this term.
People don't know what the drink is.
Oh, what is
But they
actually
know
contained in the drink?
虎咬狮,
What is actually in the drink?
Yeah, what is actually in the drink. So
Okay.
pause the video, guess what's in the drink, what kind of drink it is, and then after that comment down below.
Okay, you reveal the answer. What is it?
It's actually one of my favorite, kopi O mixed with Milo. Yeah, I like the mixed coffee with Milo. But this is like kopi O with Milo and condensed milk. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like mocha lah, but quite strong also. Like, it will make your heart thump very fast.
That's because the caffeine content is high lah.
I know there's another drink which I forgot. It's also
Saikahor.
yeah, right.
是咬
Is it
咬
Saikahor?
Yeah, I think it's Saikahor. Maybe it's tea
Tea with Milo or tea with something else.
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
all originated from Taiping. According to Google lah, because based on my research, it says that it's from
Yeah, so it's all
Taiping
these terms like
invention.
Hor Ka Sai, cham. Cham is
Oh,
yuan yang,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
In Singapore, we just call it yuan yang, is it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Cham, which is yuan yang. And then,
So no one can take this away from Malaysia already. This truly belongs to you guys. You know, like we're always fighting, it's nasi lemak from where, Hainanese chicken rice from where. No. Like for this one, confirm it's Malaysia already. Alright, talking about food, right? Realize that it's not just Oriental kopi that
okay, so
is worth a visit.
number 11.
Then this brings us to number 11. Oriental kopi is not
Not the only
place.
Nanyang food here, is it?
Yeah, not only Nanyang place here where the locals, they will queue up. Every time I'll just ask my cousin, hey, want to go kopi Oriental kopi and eat? Then he'll be like, why? Like only you Singaporeans will go and eat. Like we don't eat that one. Then I'll
Yeah,
be
every
like,
time you go into JB City Square or what, then there'll be a super long queue, right?
super long queue over there. So realize that locals go to spots like hockey or hometown Hainan, although we prefer hockey more. Personal opinion, for hockey, I prefer their golden crispy
Pumpkin
butter.
toast, is it?
Yo, that is so good. That one is damn shook, that one. Then for you personally, I think you like Oriental kopi's chicken rice more.
Yeah, Oriental Kopi's Hainanese steamed chicken rice tastes better than both Hotkeys steamed chicken rice and also hometown Hainan coffee steamed chicken rice.
But that's our own opinion.
Yeah, I think maybe it could just be a consistency thing. It's like if you go to many different Oriental coffees outlets in Malaysia, right? It just feels that their standard is more consistent across many different outlets.
But all three are definitely worth a visit.
Yeah, so we are big fans of Nanyang cuisine.
Yeah. No longer the Japanese one. Last time in Singapore, I always bring you to Japan.
It's her. She likes Japanese food more.
Yeah, Japanese food.
Don't really, but yeah.
Then after that, when we came to Malaysia, or even before we moved to Malaysia, when we were living in Medan, we keep going to Penang. And then once we have the taste of the Penang food, for now, we are still not sick of Nanyang food yet. Okay, going to number 12, the Bahasa slangs over here. Jim, tell us more.
So I feel that the Malaysia English, right, they actually call it Manglish. Because in Singapore, our Singaporean English, we call it Singlish. Then I also realized that it requires you to process a while because they start to put Bahasa Melayu words together with English. Like for example, you mau apa, which means what do you want, right? Or you want what, right? You mau apa. So it's like you have to process a bit. How come you cannot just say kamu mau apa, which is what they did when we were in Indonesian. When we were in Medan, Indonesia, they just say kamu mau apa. It's more complete, right? Here they have like you mau apa. Then I have to okay, you're asking what I want. Yeah. So sometimes you say I mau this. It's like it just requires a bit more processing for us. Yeah, but then
it's a very unique culture.
Yeah, but we just learn more along the way. You know, not everyone here in Malaysia, they are capable of speaking English, so you still have to learn some Bahasa Melayu to be able to communicate with some of the staff that serves you or engage in conversation with someone. So yeah, that's something that we still pick up. Like I still try my best to pick up Bahasa, even though it's Bahasa Indonesia in Duolingo.
Yeah, right now he's still working very hard.
Yeah, I hit my 600-day streak yesterday.
Yeah, for me, I kind of like just give up already.
She gave up already. But
I'm just learning on the spot. I actually bought a textbook, like a primary 6 textbook, to learn Bahasa.
Why don't you start from primary 1 first? Why you jump straight to
actually, you're right. Yeah, so we went to the shopping mall, and then after that, there was this lady. We keep trying to communicate with her in English. We say that we don't understand. We prefer English. Then she keep communicating with us in Malayu. Maybe like us, we act like we understand.
Yeah. It's like us. Like for example, we think that we can understand Melayu, but then when they really speak very quickly, very fast, you cannot catch. Yeah, tak ada probably is the short form for tak ada.
Tak ada.
Yeah, tak ada.
Don't have.
Yeah, don't have.
Okay, talking about language, right? This final shocking culture that we have experience here in Malaysia.
Short forms, is it? Acronyms.
Is this acronym called FFK? Again, we bet that most Singaporeans don't know. Pause this video and guess what FFK is.
Yeah, it sounds like an expletive to me. It sounds like so I don't know. When I first heard of it, I don't know what it means. What FFK? I thought it's a typo error for So
yeah, and then after that, my cousin texted me this and I don't know what it means though. Then actually it means bang say lah. Like you bang say, fly aeroplane. So in Cantonese it means feng fei gay. Yeah. So it's very interesting here in Malaysia, whereby we learn a lot of dialects. We learn Hokkien, we learn Cantonese, we learn
all the acronyms.
Bahasa, Melayu, then Manglish. And everything in Singapore also makes sense to us right now. Because all the road names, even MRT station like Tanah Merah, Bukit Panjang. So these are all the 13 things that surprise us living in Malaysia. If you've missed any weird differences, let us know in our comments. Or we say something wrong. Like for example, there are some things that you
correct us.
Yeah, please correct us. Then I think that's all. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.